Both of them?
Yep.
Good afternoon. I'm David Gross with Conde Systems, back with Sprite. Miss Sprite, how are you today?
I'm good, David. How are you?
Doing well. We've tried to catch up on our arrest. As many of you know, we had our open house last Saturday. And how would you describe it?
It was very, very busy. It was very busy. There was a lot of people here. We had a lot of fun, a lot of good classes, a lot of good vendors. So, yeah, I think everybody had a really good time, learned a lot, and yeah, so it was fun.
By the way, let us know if our audio is all good. I think it is. And so if you were with us, thank you for being there. If you weren't, we've tried to put some of the classes, post them so you could watch them. Sprite's going to do her class separately for you so you can all be part of it. But we had a great time, and it's always good to meet with folks. We got a lot of great things coming up very, very soon. After this, our Facebook Live session with you today at 3 o'clock Central, we have our joint webinar with Sawgrass. And today we're going to talk about selling into the hospitality industry. And so I think we have a lot of neat things to say and show. And I think those things also are very applicable to different markets as well. So I think it's good.
Yeah, and Jimmy's always really good on pricing, and so that'd be a really, really great webinar for you guys to attend.
Tomorrow we have another webinar with Craig Mertens, Digital Art Solutions, I think at 2 o'clock. So please check that out. Next week, myself, Jeff Butler, Doug DeWitt, and a couple other folks will be headed to Cleveland for the NBM show there. And I don't travel too often to Cleveland, so this is going to be a new adventure certainly for me. We will have our classes. I'll teach my class. Jeff will help. I think that's Friday at like 8 o'clock. So
from 8 to 9:30.
Going to be a little breathtaking. Get started that early in the morning, but that's the way I like it. And then, of course, we'll be done in time for the show to open, which is really good. For those that attend my class, I'm going to give out a $25 Conde coupon, and we will also have some big grand prizes. So I think usually I give away an SG400, a couple other things. So be sure to tune in if you can. Doug will also teach his class. When is his?
His is at 4 to 5:30 on June the 15th.
Okay, got you. Now, at Cleveland, for those that can be part of that, we will have a second booth.
That's right.
And Sprite, what will we be doing in that second booth?
We're going to be finding our bliss by coloring. So we'll have another marker station set up, just like we did in Portland, where you can color either pre-made designs or create your own, and then we'll transfer them onto bag tags or coasters or keychains. In Portland, it was a huge success. Everybody really loved it. Yeah,
it was.
So hopefully it'll be a big success in Cleveland as well.
So Sprite won't be there, but if we get her there one day, you'll be teaching practicing yoga with coloring, right?
That's right. How to do it with your toes,
right,
on your hands.
So a lot of fun there with that. Speaking of the markers, they've been a really big hit, and maybe an impromptu special here. If you order a set of markers, say the next day or so, week, whatever, what can we throw in? Just to thank people for trying the markers.
Geez. Well, how about what's a good substrate?
How about a few of the new acrylic bag tags?
All right, that sounds good. Okay, so
we're going to be showing you those in just a few minutes, but we've got some acrylic bag tags. How about 2 of them?
So on your next marker order, you get 2 acrylic bag tags.
Right.
If you order within the next week.
Yeah. So really cool product and great thing to do with the markers. So check it out. We had a lot of fun. I want to tell you a couple things that you can sort of long-range plan, if you will. and that is for those that are part of the Skills USA competition. A lot of schools are part of that. I'm going to be a judge in Louisville, I think towards the end of the month, maybe June 27th, 28th, something like that. So check out that. If you're part of that, we absolutely love working with schools and helping young folks grow. Number 2 is SGIA. SGIA is a Specialty Graphics Industry Association, and they have their annual trade show in Las Vegas coming up. I cannot remember the dates, but if you look at sgia.org, I will also be teaching for it. Maybe it's in September or something.
It's on our website.
Yeah.
If you click on the trade shows, yeah, it'll be on there.
And then really a special invitation for folks that are heavy-duty photographers. If you're really into photography and you want to really, I guess, talk to people that are, a lot of them have photo stores. They do enlargements, framing. If you're sort of, thinking about that, there's an organization that we are part of called IPI, and it used to stand for Independent Photo something another, but if you go to ipiphoto.com, we'll be part of their summer event in Las Vegas. They're actually headquartered in Las Vegas, and so it's IPI Photo. You have to be a member to attend, but it's a great organization. And I'll tell you, one of the benefits of organizations like that is you're rubbing elbows with the best of the best. You get to see some cutting-edge uses of sublimation. For instance, Gabby Mullinex, which is the lady that sort of invented stacked metal, bracelets, she's been a mover and shaker in that organization for years. And so, you get a chance. So ipiphoto.com. Check them out, but you have to be a member to attend. I am this weekend, when I leave here, I'm going to carve out a couple hours and write an article on pricing. And what I need is a little bit of really great ideas to throw in the article, like how did you add value to a product to make it worth more? What's some of your ideas for getting the most for your products? What are some challenges you had with pricing? Things like that. I'm just interested in adding some tidbits in there. How do you upsell your products? Is there something you do there? So if you come up with some ideas, photographs, whatever, just email them to me directly at dgross@conde.com. D as in David, GRO, S as in Sam, at conde.com. And really appreciate that. All right, let's get started. What you got for us today?
All right. Well, first up, we have our weekly product review winner. So don't forget, guys, submit your reviews on your products, and every week you will be entered to win a $25 gift certificate. This week, the winner is Maria Ginter. So congratulations,
awesome.
Maria. That's it. You will be receiving an email where you can collect your credit, your Conde credit.
Keep those reviews coming.
Yes.
I think it's great. It helps people. A lot of people will look over reviews and may not participate in them, but they certainly find them valuable. So the better information you have about, potentially how you profited from the product, who'd you sell it to, what did you do with it, what were some challenges that maybe you had with the product, but you worked those through. Just helping us to grow our community.
That's right. And also, don't forget, another chance to win $25 in Conde credit is by submitting a blog. So tell us what you're doing with your products. If you have, a project going, or just maybe, you did a fundraiser, or just anything that you'd like to share with our community, please do so. You can submit your blogs to submitablog@conde.com. Include photos. Every blog that is published will receive that $25 Conde credit. And let's move on to the fun stuff.
I would say that for folks that participate in the blogs, You know, I think I'm probably going to do an annual prize, so I'm going to look over the blogs, and I think for the winner of them, maybe we do a prize of, say, $250, something like that, to thank, because those are so valuable to help our community. For instance, our client gallery, our blogs, just a great resource to grow.
That's right. And also, we always have our weekly Conde client gallery contest. So, you know, submit your photos for that chance to win money there also.
Great ideas, by the way, on the color light film.
Oh, yeah.
We had some dynamic ideas.
We've had some really cute stuff, yeah. All right, so we have a couple of new products that we're going to be showcasing today. And then for Try It Thursday, in honor of summer, which is quickly approaching, which is here in Alabama, we're going to do some flip-flops. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our new acrylic bag tag. And these are just really, really cute. They're a normal or regular bag tag size. They're just done in our Color Light acrylic. Just like all of our acrylic, they have a coated matte side and then the acrylic side, which is kind of glossy. So I have my image here, and my image is not mirrored because this is transparent, so you can see through it. I just printed this on SPP paper with my SG800 using Sawgrass inks. So we're just going to use a little bit of Pro Spray. I'm going to spray it over my garbage can.
And the reason is if you put tape on the other side, sometimes it can mar the face because you're heating it really hot.
Okay, so I'm just going to line it up, and we're going to press this for 400 degrees, 1 minute, extremely light pressure. And when I say extremely light, I mean just barely let the platen rest on top of the acrylic.
Now if you're watching this video after, not live, our instructions could have changed, so always refer to the current instructions at Conde. Just go to where you're going to buy the product, and underneath it you'll see the instructions tab.
That's right. And so we're going to do this image face down. We'll have a piece of protective paper on the bottom, protective paper on the top. We're just going to do this for 1 minute and just very, very light pressure.
So image face down means the substrate, coated side is up, transfer is face down, cover paper on both sides.
That's right.
The color light technology is something that we invented here at Conde. We built a coating facility where we take acrylic, we buy acrylic made in USA, and we apply the color light coating. We now apply it to the acrylic, to glass, to the film. We're also coating ceramics and other glass products like cutting boards, things like that. So it's our effort to have great products made here in the United States, and the color light technology is absolutely cutting edge. It produces incredibly bright, vivid colors. It amplifies what is perceived to be white, like in a wedding dress. So, we're really sublimating white, which is not something that normally you can do.
Okay, so I am just going to take my cover paper off, and I have this really pretty image, but I'm going to press this, just weight it down as I cool it. So I have some wooden blocks here, and we're just going to let that cool, weighted down so it doesn't warp.
Yeah, as the acrylic gets hot, it becomes a little bit dimensionally unstable, so letting it cool with a little weight is the ticket.
All right, so the next thing we have are acrylic car coasters. And our car coasters have been a huge hit. We have them in sandstone, we have them in hardboard, and now we have them in acrylic. And I don't know about you. Do you have yours in your Tesla?
I do.
I have mine in my car, and I just absolutely love them. They're super cute, and they're really easy to do. So I have my image here. And once again, SPP paper. My image is not reversed because we are doing acrylic. A little slight Pro Spray. And once again, the coated side goes towards the ink. Okay. So we're just going to line it up, and we're going to press this the same way that we pressed our bag tag. So image face down. We're going to press it for 1 minute with very, very light pressure.
By the way, acrylic is obviously immune to water, so moisture and things like that doesn't affect it at all. So it's good. Going back to the bag tag just for a second, the thing you need to add to the bag tag, of course, is the strap. And we have some really nice straps. Show them what that looks like.
That looks really good.
Just beautiful. And you know, the bag tags, when I talk to people like yourselves and try to understand, bag tags are no longer something for identification necessarily. They're like a fashion decorating accessory. So they make your bag a little bit easier to spot. You don't necessarily have to have anything, but you could probably at some point do a complimentary monogram. Looks like you got a letter.
I do. I have a monogram on there. Well,
so
yeah.
So there's all sorts of reasons to sell, and again, you know, to me it's got to be a really big hit with the folks in college, high school folks, anybody that has a backpack is going to find it to be an awesome product. Do we have a question?
We have a couple of questions. One, on YouTube, a guy had a question about his SG400, and it sounds like maybe we just direct him to tech support. And then we also had a question about Creative Studio, and I would direct them to our Creative Studio webinar.
So I had one question about SG400, and you could either email us or call or whatever so we can help you. And then on Creative Studio, you could do the same. A good email address for tech questions, if you will, is support@conde.com. And then a good email address for sales inquiries is saleshelp@conde.com. And I monitor both of those as I can to make sure we're doing a good job of helping folks. And I just think it's cool learning from you and all the things in our exciting digital decorating world. Wow, cool.
And the other question, did you answer about Creative Studio?
Well, I don't know exactly what the question is.
So somebody had just asked about Creative Studio. If you're interested in that, you can come watch the webinar at 3. Jimmy Lamb with Sawgrass. Sawgrass created Creative Studio. And we also have a lot of videos on Conde TV on our YouTube channel about Creative Studio.
Yeah. So the video, the webinar at 3 is selling kind of video.
That's right. It's not.
So
that's correct.
We do have a number of Creative Studio, but just call us or email us, and we'll answer your question. I would say we're fairly knowledgeable about Creative Studio. Creative Studio comes with the SG400, 800, 628. It is a cloud-based designer. I think it has Corel-like features. It's easy to learn to use. You can be successful in 10 or 15 minutes with it. It's that easy. I think it has a lot of growth potential. At some point or another, as you get confident, you may want to stay with Creative Studio. You may want to consider programs like Corel. Creative Studio works on Mac, PC. It actually works on tablets. And then there's a print manager you install on the computer that's running the printer, and that's actually how you print. But it has some fascinating opportunities with maybe designing from a tablet with people.
Okay, so our card coaster is done.
Wow.
Yeah.
So cool. That is so good. Wow.
All right. So you guys can see it.
Tilt it downward.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
And you can see it has a little finger hole so you can get it out of the cup holder. All right. So
that is gorgeous.
And so easy to do, just 1 minute, very, very light pressure. And we have a special right now. So on your next order of $10, you will receive a free card coaster. So just when you place an order, let your sales rep know, and they'll send you one of these to try. And then I'm sure that you're going to buy like the rest of the stock that we have because they're so awesome. Very, very awesome. Very cute. Okay. So these are our new acrylic products that we've launched. And the next thing that we have is a Unisub product, and it is a magnet made of maple. So it's really cute. You can print double-sided, but one side is going to need the magnet. Normally with these Unisub wood products, you have one side that has more of a wood grain effect than the other side. And so you can kind of choose which one you want to imprint to. All right, and I have this cute little pattern. Oops. Just put it on this side. And I'm just going to use heat tape on this one. Okay. All right, I have a piece of protective paper on the bottom. I'm going to press this face down for 40 seconds, medium to heavy pressure.
So she's pressing one side of it, and it is a two-sided product. You do have the magnet, but why not sublimate something on the back side, maybe some text. It could be, let's say this is a save the date little magnet. Well, maybe there's something on the back, an email address to RSVP or something. You could even put, for instance, on the back, reorder information. Put your company name of who produced the product. So you press one side, flip it over, press the other side. If you're going to do a lot, you may think about investing in a cool plate that will cool them very quickly. We use our cool plates around here all the time. So it's great. By the way, how do you know if you've sublimated long enough? I recommend you always test a product by doing what I call my black test. And that is, black is the last color to sublimate. So if you're getting a good, deep, rich black, you're dialed in. If you press too long, generally speaking, black is going to turn brown. And as she's doing now, she's putting some weight to cool it down. Because all these products are somewhat complex in how they're made. This is technically a maple veneer with what we call a hardboard interior. It's just one of our favorite base substrates for you to decorate.
All right, let's see. Okay. So I have my magnet done, and now I'm just going to take my little magnetic piece, take the protective paper off the sticky side, stick it in the middle, and it is ready to be hung up. And it turned out really good.
Again, I strongly recommend you put your information on the back side, because often this is going to find its way into somebody's hands that has no clue where it came from. And by you putting your information on the back, that's going to be your calling card. It's your referral system. And what a great way to grow your business through referrals.
That's right. I think it would look really good if you were to put your company logo on the back with, just your phone number or your website. Just perfect. All right, so for Try It Thursday, we are revisiting our sandals. So when you purchase the sandals, they come, or the flip-flops, excuse me, they come in this box, and you can decorate the box, or you can just decorate the sandal. I opted just to decorate the sandal. And you can just toss this or keep it and play around with it. So the first thing that we're going to do is sticky lint roll our sandals. I keep calling them sandals. They're flip-flops. All right. and I'm going to pre-press these for about 5 seconds. So rubber down, sandal face up, and I'm going to use light pressure, I think.
It's good about twice a year to check your press's temperature. You can use my favorite, which is a digital metal candy thermometer. Buy it on eBay, $7 or something like that. Digital metal candy thermometer. It's a long metal probe with a digital end. Put it underneath your press, just lightly close it, and let it sit there and register, and that's going to tell you temperature. The reason is for instance, the flip-flops, if you press them too hot, you will delaminate the fabric from the rubber.
Okay, so now we're going to place our flip-flops on our image. And to make this a little easier for me to put it on the press, I'm actually just going to split them and do one at a time. So I'm going to use Pro Spray. Line up my sandal.
By the way, Pro Spray, in case you don't know what it is, it's just a temporary thermal adhesive that we developed many, many years ago as an alternative to heat tape, because heat tape just doesn't work too well on products like this, and so it's quite valuable for products that heat tape just isn't going to work, because if you don't, when you open the press, air rushes in, the transfer moves, and you get a double take. Any questions so far?
You have a fan question that wants to know what's sublimated on your bottle.
It says life begins after coffee, and this was one of the very, very early prototypes of our tapered water bottle, and I've had it now for a number of years, and
you actually have two of them.
Actually have two of them, and love them. And so when I went home for lunch before this, I made me a little coffee, and so there is coffee in this. I'm not pulling a Johnny Carson for those that understand what Johnny Carson used to do. So.
All right, guys. So I pressed these at 35 seconds, light pressure, and they came out really, really, really cute. So we're going to let these cool for just a second, and then we're going to put the straps in.
So I guess there's so many opportunities for selling products like this. A bridesmaid's gift, bachelorette party kind of stuff, you name it.
Anything. Just going on vacation, everybody wants matching sandals, you know.
Family reunion, kind of stuff.
All right, so this is the tool that we use to get the straps into the sandals, and at the top of each strap there is an L and an R to indicate whether this is the left strap or the right strap, and this is actually pretty easy to do. So you just insert the tool, and this little part here is actually going to make the mouth open, and you're going to take your little tab, place it in the mouth, and then just kind of twist and pull, and there you go, it's in there. So now we're going to do the next one.
Doing it on camera, you know, to do it right, put it in.
Right.
So Miss Sprite works great under this kind of pressure.
David, we had a question about the black, if you could just explain that one more time.
So the question is, explain about the black. So black is the last color to sublimate, because it's basically, black is made of a bunch of complex dyes together that make black. And so in order to be black, all of them have to sublimate. And that means it's the last color to sublimate. So when you're testing substrates, one thing that is incredibly helpful for the first time, to make sure you've dialed in your transfer technique, is to do a black test. So print an image that's, say, an RGB of 000. That's black. And just simply transfer it. You can look at the transfer and sort of judge how much ink is left on the paper, but look at the substrate and just see, are you getting that deep, rich black. Years ago when we worked with Sawgrass on these inks, I told them that my criteria for a great black was what I refer to as Harley Davidson black. And I think the blacks that come out of these printers is very respectable. But that's why we do the test. If you overcook black, typically the black turns a shade of brown. If you undercook it, typically it looks like a sort of a ghost gray. It just is not very saturated because you just didn't dump enough dye into it. Hope that helps.
All right, so our sandals are put together, and they look really, really cute. Yay. All right, guys.
One quick story about the sandals. So when I teach, one of the things I share with people is don't let your opinions get in the way of making money. And by that, what I mean is just because you don't like a product has nothing to do with does your client like the product.
Excuse me.
And so I wouldn't wear flip-flops to save my life. I'm just not a flip-flop person, sorry.
He was barefoot earlier today, though.
Yep, walking around. And but everybody in my family, wife, kids, all wear flip-flops. And I was telling a gentleman that, and he raised his hand and he said, my Conde rep, at my request, sent us a pair of flip-flops so I could try them out. But because I don't like flip-flops and I didn't think they would sell, I never, decorated them. I never put them on display. And he said that one day something just told him, go do it. He decorated them, put them on display, and they sold within 5 minutes. And the lady says she needed 12 pair, for, I guess, some kind of wedding-related activity. And so the point is, let your clients decide what they want, not you. And so you need to try new products. You need to get out of your comfort zone and really show people what you can do.
And, and you can also, based on the artwork you do, you can market it to, you can market it to kids, or you can market it to adults, or you can even market it to corporations, or, pools, to have matching sandals for pools, sports teams. I mean, there's just so many things that you can do. Birthday presents, Christmas presents, just all kinds of fun stuff.
True enough.
Yeah. All right, that's all I got for today.
Well, any remaining questions? Got that? Well, guys, thank y'all. And for those that can, tune in to our webinar that starts in 1 hour. And thank you again, and please send us your feedback.
Bye, guys.